Do you want to take cinematic photos like this inside of emergency response Liberty County? Well, today I'm going to be walking you through how to get the best graphics, how to take the photo, and how to edit the photo inside to get the best look for your picture. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to envision the picture. Like, what do you want in the picture? For me, it's going to be a Ford Bronco with me standing next to it looking out to the city sunset. So yeah, that's pretty complicated, but it will make sense. Alright, it'll make sense. So the first step would be to find a Ford Bronco, and lucky for me, I just have to I have spotted a Ford Bronco. So we need to find where we need to take the picture. Okay, so I forgot to mention that you need to be in a private server with pre-cam for this. So yeah, take that into consideration. Alright, so I think first we should see where the sun sets, because we're looking out into the sunset and the city skyline. So for sunset, I like to go for time 17.2. I think it looks the best. But if we make it 17.2, we can see that the sun sets over there, which is good. Now we just need to find a place that looks good where we can actually see the city and look out into the sunset. I think over here on top of this is a good place to do it. So we need to get this car up onto there, and I think coming from this side would be a better idea for that.
A few moments later.
Okay, and after a lot of persuasion, we have finally made it to the spot here. Right here is where I want to take the photo. Now what you want to do is you want to turn up your graphics, and you do that by either clicking escape or clicking on this Roblox icon in the top right of your screen, going over to settings, and then coming down to graphics quality. If it's on automatic, turn it to manual, and then make sure it is all the way up. So in my case, I want to stand next to my vehicle. I don't want the enter passenger thing to show up. And then I'm going to go into pre-cam here. And as you can see, it looks okay right now. But in my opinion, I think it looks better if it's a little zoomed in like this. And then we just want to get the positioning right. We're looking onto the city, as we can see. And I think that is a pretty good picture right there. So take a screenshot of that. And then you want to open your browser and come over to this website called photop.com. And then what you want to do is you want to come over to new project. And then what you want to do is you want to come to the width and change that to 1920. And then the height and change that to 1080. And then you can make the background transparent. And then click on create. Now, as you can see, it has opened up this little editing menu here. So what you want to do is you want to get that picture in just like that. So this is the picture that I took. And this is unedited, nothing. As you can see, there's nothing in this. This is just the raw image. So now what you want to do is you want to size it up to fit the screen, just like that. So now it actually fits the entire border here. Now this picture looks nice, but it would be nicer if we had a little more vibrance and a little more contrast and a lot of that. So what you want to do is you want to come down here to this half shaded circle, and then it should pop up a menu that looks something like this. And then in here you want to select brightness and contrast, and then come back down to that, click on vibrance, and then come back down to that and click on hue and saturation. So as we can see, we have 3 of these down here like that. So the first thing that I am going to mess with is the hue and saturation, specifically the hue, because if we drag it, as you can see, it does change color, but we don't need any of that. We are going to just make it so that it is a little more orange pink. As you can see it quite well on my shirt. It turns a little bit of a lighter blue, but that is fine. So I think I'm gonna set it at a nice 15, minus 15. Okay, now for the vibrance here. I think I'm gonna turn this up all the way because the grass really pops out if it is all the way, and the sun really pops out if it is all the way. So I think I'm gonna turn it up all the way. But make sure your image isn't too vibrant, because right now my grass wasn't really faded. As you can see, it looks almost gray if we hit the hue on. That's why I turned the vibrance up a lot and made the grass pop out a little more. Okay, now for the brightness and contrast here. Brightness I usually like to turn up a little bit, not too much. Don't make your image too bright or else it'll look something like this. Make sure it is bright enough so that it is okay, but it doesn't harm the image. So as you can see, a nice 20 works for me pretty well, I think. And then contrast, same thing, just a little bit. I think I'm gonna go for a 15 contrast. Now it's looking pretty good. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down here and I'm going to click exposure. Now, I think I'm gonna turn up the exposure a little bit, but not too much, because we can't see the sun right now. Now for the offset, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, so a nice 0.01, minus 0.01. Looks pretty good. And then for the gamma correction, I think I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I think a nice 0.91 works the best for this image. And as we can see, we have turned this original image right here into this image right here. And I think that is a pretty big step up. Now you want to save this to your computer, so go over to File, Export as PNG, and then name this whatever you want. I'm gonna name it Cinematic, and then click on Save. And then just like that, you've got a wallpaper that you can use for your desktop or just a cinematic photo to promote your server. Yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys did enjoy or find this helpful. But yeah, if you did, like, subscribe, hit the bell button, join the Discord server, and do everything else from the description. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Bye.